Good evening, everyone, and welcome to OET Listening Prowess. This is me, 𝐻𝐄𝐲 𝐋𝐢𝐬𝐭, joining you from 𝐎𝐿 Academy. Yes, we have come with yet another OET Listening Live to help you with your listening. So, we do each part on each live. Like we do extract 1 of part A in one live, we do extract 2 in another live. Then we do part B, part C extract 1, and part C extract 2. That's how we do. And in the previous live, what we did was part A extract 1. We had started a new test, and I was so happy to see a lot of you answering the questions and doing it. This material is comparatively easier. It's not very tough, actually. Because it's easy to manage. The answers are simple, the words are simple, the audio is simple, so it's just really easy. So this is something you can look at if you are just starting your OET listening practice. But if you are someone who is an expert in OET listening, you can also practice it because it helps you just have fun with what you're learning, and it reminds you about certain other things that you have to be careful about when you're doing a material. Okay, so as you know, in part A we have 24 questions, and extract 1 we have 12 questions, and extract 2 we have 12 questions. So but those questions, like 24 questions, but these are all one word answers most of the time, one word or a short phrase. So that's what you have to write, and you already know that. So always when you listen to the audio, try to listen for the keywords. Okay, like I always tell you, there are just very few things for part A of OET listening, or what we can say, in other words, what I can say is there are just very few strategies or tips or tricks for OET listening. So you don't have a lot of things to do in terms of learning the strategies or tricks. You have to put an effort in practicing it, to actually doing it. What's more important is actually doing the material. That's where things are important. It's not about just learning different kind of strategies or different methods to do it. No. It's easy to learn those methods and strategies because there are just very few. What's more important is you actually do the practice the material. Practice the material. It's not just that you just take up a material and you're doing it and then you're moving on to the other. No, you're spending time with each material. That means you are taking part A, you're doing it and looking at the questions and looking at the answers, doing it in a systematic way, looking for where all you made mistakes and why you actually made those mistakes, and how you can avoid those mistakes and what you can do to avoid it, and why you made those mistakes. The first and the most important thing you have to do when you do a test is that after doing that part, you have to check the answers, and if you've made any mistakes, and you have to ask yourself, why did I make a mistake here? Was it because I did not understand that part? Was it because I didn't hear it? Or was it because I did not hear the keyword? You have to ask those questions to yourself, and you have to find out. Okay, so that's important. Another thing that you can try is when you're practicing something, imagine you're doing this extract 2, part A extract 2, and you're doing it on Facebook or YouTube, because our materials are available on YouTube as well, on 𝐎𝐿 Academy page, so a channel, so you can go visit and you can watch it there as well. So what's that one thing that you can do is you listening to the audio. The first question, you understood what the answer is, so you wrote the answer, you underlined the keywords you anticipated, and you wrote the answer. Second answer, you felt like it was not clear. So as and when you feel like it's not clear, you can replay that area once again and you can listen to it. Okay, that will help you understand what was that missed word and what was that thing. So that way, what happens is by the time you're done with all the 24 questions, you know where you're making mistakes, why you're making mistakes, and you've even corrected that mistake. But when you count the marks, put that as wrong. Second answer, you will find the answer after listening to it for the second time. So put a mark. And when you count the marks, don't consider that. This is one method that you can do to ensure that you are doing each and every question, and you are checking each and every question. Okay. Yes. I have some people saying good evening. Abhirajan, good evening. Yogeshwari, yes, good evening. Vinod Singh Rajput, good evening. Sushma Saju Selvraj, good evening. I'm so happy to see you all here. Okay, Mega Charles, good evening. Yes, so good evening, everyone. Once again, I'm so happy to see you all here. So this is one method that you can try. Okay, so what is that method? It's nothing but you're listening to the audio, you're writing the answer for the first question, second question. But if you get stuck in between, like if you did not understand a particular question, you're playing that part once again, you're listening to it, writing the answer. Okay, the advantage is that at the end of the test, you don't have to actually come back to that part, and it's difficult for you to just spot that area. So at the end of the test, you don't have to come and just spot that area and do it. So you can save time that way. But if you are a beginner, if you're actually struggling with your listening, I would say the first run, like the first time you do that material, for example, this material, you do it without pausing in between. Just do it in a regular way. Then check the answers, check which answers are correct or which are wrong. And after that, the second time you do it, pause it, listen to that part again and again. Then write the answers. If you've just started and if you are actually struggling with listening, this is the method that you have to follow. But if you're kind of confident in that, you can directly go on to just listening to that part again and writing down the answer. Okay, that way you will be able to cover the correction of every question. Okay, otherwise what will happen is you wouldn't invest so much time in each wrong answer. Like you wouldn't look for why, and chances are also high that you'll forget like what was the actual problem. Okay. Yes, so Mega Charles is saying, after a long time I'm attending your class. Oh, nice to see you back here. Yes, and Esther Praveen is also saying, good evening, ma'am. Nice to meet you after a long time. Yes. Okay, I'm here. I'm coming here on every Wednesday with OET Listening Prowess at 8 p.m. So I'm here. I've been here. So thank you for actually writing it, taking the effort to actually make a comment and write a comment like that. Okay, I totally appreciate it, and thank you so much. I remember you guys, Mega Charles and Esther Praveen. I remember these names. Okay, and yes. Though we're not seeing in person, I have this feeling like I'm actually seeing you. We're actually connecting through comments, and I'm talking and you're texting. So that's a beautiful communication, and your names are all in my mind, and I actually know each and every one of you who's actually commented. I can, when I see you've changed your profile picture or something, I can identify that too. So yes, I think that applies to all the people who are doing the live here. Yes, we all see you. We are all seeing you, and we're so happy to see you all here. Okay, so you can try this method every time I want to come with new tips for you or new methods for your OET listening. So the method that I'm talking about today is this one, that you pause and you do it. You try that and see if it works for you, because that saves your time, and that wouldn't leave any question, that wouldn't let you leave any question without having an idea about why you made the mistake, and without learning correction. The actual correction will happen if you do that. Okay, yes, so that's that. With part A, what are the things we do? We underline the keywords like the nouns, verbs, and adjectives that convey the meaning of the whole sentence, and then we'll look for their synonyms in the audio. And we also anticipate the answers during the 30-second time. That is, we anticipate the investigation, signs and symptoms, medical management, general instructions, and things like that. All right, so these are the only basic strategies that we do for this. And then while we practice, we can try try out different things like the ones that I told you. Even for part A, the advantage is that you will be seeing the answers directly. Like whatever the answer is, that part will be very direct. For example, if apple is the answer, you'll be able to hear apple in the audio. Okay, so that is direct. If you take the audio script, it's like that one particular word can be found in that audio script. So that would be your answer. It's just that the words surrounding that would change. They will use synonyms for it. So you have to look for it. In the material that we're going to do today, there is a slight problem. It's not actually a big problem. When the audio starts playing, you are not given 30 seconds, like the complete 30 seconds to read the questions. The audio just begins. So right after I display the questions on the screen, start reading. Okay, don't wait for the instruction. You now have 30 seconds to look at the notes. Don't wait for it. You just start reading the question as and when the material appears on the screen. Okay? Yes, so that's what you have to do, and then you should quickly write the answers for those questions, and the answers are very simple. I want all of you to get 12 out of 12, all right? No excuse for this. So part A is the part where you should try to get 24 out of 24, at least 22. Minimum is 22. That's like 1 or 2 mistakes due to carelessness or something. So you have to get 22 or above. So here today's material, when you try, that is extract 2 of part A, question number 13 to 24, I want each and every one of you to get 12 on 12. So you should try really hard for that, okay? And after that, I'll be showing the questions again. You can copy down the questions or take a screenshot of it on another device, after which, following that, we will be discussing the answers with the help of audio script. Audio script is nothing but the script of what you're hearing. This audio script can be very useful for you while you're doing your script writing. So what is script writing? Script writing is nothing. It's that you're listening to the audio, and after listening to the audio, you are writing down what you hear. So you're writing a script for that audio that you're hearing. So you'll pause. First you'll listen, you'll pause, and you'll write. Then you'll listen, then you pause, and you write. That way you'll finish writing it. So you will make a script. So in order to check if that script is correct, you can use the audio script I'm sharing online. So it will be available online. It will be available on our page. Okay. So without wasting much time, shall we begin? Are you all ready for it? Let me know in the comments. Are you all ready for it? Are you all excited for it? Because this is a test. I'm telling you that if you focus a little bit, you can get 12 on 12. So you must be excited for that. That should give you a lot of confidence. All right? So now the material will be displayed. So as and when the material is displayed, start reading the questions. All right? So the material will be displayed on the screen. Yes, you're all ready. Keith, Kuti, and Mega Charles, everyone's ready. So the material will be displayed on the screen, and you will be able to hear the audio.
You hear a senior obstetrician talking to a patient called Hillary Johnson, who has been referred by her midwife.
Hillary Johnson? Hi. Do come in and take a seat. I'm Dr. Smith, and I'm a senior obstetrician here. So, Hillary, you've been referred to us by your midwife. I have her notes with me here, but could you tell me in your own words why you've been referred?
Oh, yeah, no problem. I think I've been referred to you because the midwife said she found some glucose in my urine sample and was worried about diabetes. If I understand correctly, I could have diabetes during my pregnancy, but if I do, it's not likely to continue after giving birth. I've noticed that I'm craving sweets and cakes all the time at the moment, and I've just been letting myself eat whatever. So I've put on a bit of weight, and I don't think it's all just baby weight either. I've never had a problem with diabetes before, and I'm hoping it'll turn out to be something else. My aunt actually has type 2 diabetes, but she's always eaten a lot of sugar, so I think that might be a factor. She just controls hers with diet now and doesn't have to take any medication.
Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know. I see from your notes that you're 24 weeks pregnant now. How has your pregnancy been up to now?
Oh, I have been so lucky. I got the usual sickness early on. Well, stomach pain, but not actually being sick. I think that's pretty common, and it settled after the first trimester. I've been taking some medication because I also had pretty horrible heartburn.
Right.
And it seems to take care of the problem. And also I've started to get a bit of back pain in the last week or so. I'd say it's like a throbbing feeling, but other than that, I've been pretty fortunate. I suppose I've been gradually getting more and more tired since the start of my pregnancy. I've just put it down to the extra energy my baby needs, but it could also be because I haven't been sleeping very well. Also, sometimes the nausea stops me from making something healthy for dinner, which is annoying because I know I need to eat healthily. I take a prenatal, though, to make sure I'm getting the right nutrition.
Well, it seems like you're managing to deal with most of your symptoms well.
Yeah, this is my first pregnancy, and to be honest, I didn't have a clue what to expect, but so far so good. It's only this glucose thing that's got me worried. I imagine it's just a one-off, but I guess it's best to get it seen to.
Certainly, and I'm pleased you're here so we can get things sorted. So we'll need to book another appointment to carry out some tests.
Okay, so when will I have to have this? Because I'm a bit busy at work at the minute.
Well, ideally as soon as possible. Can I ask what you do for a living?
I'm a high school teacher, and it's just getting to that time of year when the kids are gearing up for their examinations. So I can't afford to be taking too much time off during the day. I'm actually a little bit stressed at the moment as well. I've had to do a lot more work over the past few weeks. I think it's just that time of year. I've been a teacher for 4 years now, so I'm starting to develop ways of coping with the madness. With that in mind, if our next appointment could be at 5-ish or later, then that would be perfect.
No problem. Just make sure to let the receptionist know your preferences. When we find sugar in preliminary tests, we offer an oral glucose tolerance test, which is what we'll do when you come in next. Do you know what that involves?
Well, I asked a few of my friends about their pregnancies, and my friend Beth said that she had the same thing and told me about that test. She said that she had to come into the hospital and drink a sugary drink and then have a blood test to tell if she had diabetes. Is that right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Here's the leaflet that explains the test so that you can have a read about it when you get home. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, I don't think so. I'll go away and read this and wait and see what the test says. Well, thank you for your help today.
You're welcome. I'll see you once we have the results and we can take it from there.
Yes. So, did you try the questions? How were the questions? Were those questions easy for you? Or was it confusing? I'm sure it was easy, right? So, yes, how was it? How were the questions for you guys? Okay. So, easy. Now, what we can do is, you can actually copy down the questions that you can see on the screen. Or you can take a screenshot of it on another device. So I'll dictate it for you really quick. We don't have a lot of time to waste, so I'll read the questions really quick. Yes, very easy material. Yes, this material is really easy. So I hope that gave you some kind of confidence that, it's not just that it is easy, but I'm sure it's also because you've been practicing. Because even though it is easy, this material is easy for sure, but if you don't have good practice, it is really hard for you to just, actually write the answers, like look for the answers and stuff like that. Yes, it is good. All right, very good. Okay, now, so I'll dictate it really quick. You hear an obstetrician talking to a patient called Hillary Johnson. For questions 13 to 24, complete the following notes with a word or a short phrase. You don't have to write all of that. You now have 30 seconds to look at the notes. Don't write that. You don't have to. Reason for referral. See, I've always told you, you have to give attention to the headings or the information that is, or the instruction that's given to you in bold letters. Because that will, for example, if the heading is diagnosis, okay, and then in the audio you heard something, they're also talking about medicines, and you heard the name of a medicine, and you're actually about to write the name of that medicine, but then when you see the heading diagnosis, you know that's not the answer, so you'll write something that you heard, and that is diagnosis, so you will write that word as your answer. So it's always important that you read the heading, and that will help you have an idea about what answer will come under that. All right, reason for referral. This is talking about, yes, Claude and Lewis. Reason for referral. So you have to write the reason. Glucose in. I mean, not you have to write the reason. You will actually hear about it, and you will have to write the notes. Glucose in 13 blank indicates risk of diabetes. Next bullet point, I'm really dictating it really quick so that we'll have enough time to discuss the answers. Describes herself as dash sugary foods. Next, noticed extra 15 dash which may be unrelated to pregnancy. Next heading, family history of diabetes. See, I told you there are a few spelling mistakes, and that's actually diabetes. Corrected. Her, next bullet point, her 16th question, blank suffers from diabetes, brackets, type 2, comma, controlled through diet, close the brackets. Next, pregnancy symptoms. Morning sickness, pain in her 17 blank, but no vomiting. Next bullet point, 18 blank, controlled with medication. Next bullet point, recently suffering from backache, described as 19 blank pain. Next bullet point, has been feeling increasingly 20 blank. Next bullet point, problems sleeping. Next bullet point, concerned about diet, taking, not talking, that's a spelling mistake, taking a 21 blank. Next heading, occupation, so they'll be talking about occupation. Bullet point, secondary school teacher. Next bullet point, feeling 22 blank increased workload. Next appointment. Next heading. Write the heading. Next appointment. Will, bullet point, will take, not will taken. That is wrong. That is a slight error. Will take a, not will take a. Here you can have an. The answer starts with a vowel. Will take an 23 blank glucose test. Brackets. She's familiar with the procedure. A friend's had the test. A friend has had the test. Next bullet point. Has been given a 24 to consult ahead of her blood test. So here, in some places, what you can see is you have articles like a, and, things like that. So that's easy for you to identify whether the answer starts with a vowel or a consonant. So if you are writing, so imagine you had this word and. You had the article and before the blank, and you wrote an answer that starts with a consonant. So you know your answer would obviously be wrong. See, for the materials that you get for your OET listening test, those materials wouldn't have any mistakes. So don't worry about it. Don't think like, oh, maybe they have mistaken. No way. That's not possible. So if you are writing something that does not match with what's given, then you have to think about something else that matches with it. All right. So during the 2 minutes it's given to you, you have to spend most of your time checking your part A answers. Check them for the spelling, for these grammatical errors, to see if it goes well with the sentence, or check if you've actually repeated the words already in the question. If you do that, you may lose marks for that. Again, when you're writing the names, and always try to learn the names of the common medicines and things like that. Okay. Yes. So now we will discuss the answers. Are you all ready for it? Yes, let's discuss the answers. So let's look at the first question. Reason for referral. What is the reason? Glucose in dash indicates a risk of diabetes. So anticipation. It would either be in urine or blood. So we'll look at the audio. So you can actually comment your answers, okay? You hear a senior obstetrician talking to a patient called Hillary Johnson, who has been referred by her midwife. So Dr. Smith is saying, "Hi, Hillary Johnson. Do come in and take a seat. I'm Dr. Smith, and I'm a senior obstetrician here. So, Hillary, you've been referred to us by your midwife. I've her notes with me. I've your notes, not her. I have your notes with me here. But could you tell me in your own words why you've been referred? Why you've been referred? Reason." Okay, Hillary. "Oh, yeah, no problem. I think I've been referred to you because the midwife said she found some glucose in. So, glucose in dash indicates risk of diabetes. So your glucose in my urine sample." Yes, you're correct. Mega Charles is saying urine sample. Abhirajan is saying urine sample. Very good. That is the right answer. Urine sample. And was worried about diabetes. Yes. And indicates risk of diabetes. Okay. So now we'll look at the next question. Question number 14. Yes, Jabina Samith is saying urine sample. Very good. Right answer. See, I told you. You will be able to find it. Good job, guys. Good job. I totally appreciate it. Next question is, describes herself as dash sugary foods. Okay, describes herself as dash sugary foods. So let's see. We'll start from where we stopped. If I understand correctly, I could have diabetes during my pregnancy, but if I do, it's not likely to continue after giving birth. I've noticed I'm craving sweets and cakes all the time at the moment. So, describes herself as dash sugary foods. Here they're saying cakes and sweets all the time. I'm craving cakes and sweets all the time at the moment. So I have answers given here by Nega Charles is saying it's craving, Jabina Samit is saying it's craving, Anisha Rairoth is saying it's craving, Abhirajan is saying it's craving. Very good. All of you, your answer is correct. She's having cravings for sugary foods, and the synonym they've used is cakes and sweets. Okay, let's look at the next question. Question number 50. Noticed extra dash which may be unrelated to pregnancy. Extra something which may be unrelated to pregnancy. 15th one. Yes, I have some answers here already. So, I've just been letting myself eat whatever. So I've put on a bit of weight, and I don't think it's all just the baby weight either. So I don't think it's related to the baby, or it's unrelated with pregnancy. Okay, maybe, which may be unrelated to pregnancy. So it's the weight. Abhirajan is saying it's weight. Mega Charles, Yogeshwari, yes. Anisha Rairoth, you're all saying it's weight. Yes, correct. The answer is correct. That she is saying noticed extra weight. It may be unrelated to pregnancy. Here they're saying it may not be the baby weight, just baby weight. Just baby weight. No. So next question, 16th question. Family history of diabetes. Her dash suffers from diabetes, maybe dad, mom, brother, some kind of relatives. Type 2 controlled through diet. So when some information is given in the brackets, you have to be very careful about it, because they might talk about this diabetes of other relatives as well. In this audio, you don't have that complication, but you may get audios where they'll talk about the diabetes of other relatives as well, but they might say like it's not controlled through diet, they're taking insulin or something like that. So even if such instructions are given in the brackets, you have to be careful about them as well. So her dash suffers from. Yes, I've got some answers. We'll look at the audio script. My aunt actually has type 2 diabetes. She's always eaten a lot of sugar, so I think that might be a factor. She just controls hers with diet now and does not have to take any medication. So type 2 diabetes controls through food, and my aunt has diabetes. Aunt, A-U-N-T, aunt. Very good, Mega Charles. Jabina Samit, Abhirajan, Yogeshwari, yes, your answers are correct. Okay, it is aunt, A-U-N-T. In British pronunciation, it would be like aunt. Okay, so yes, this is another thing that you should be careful about. So sometimes you might hear it in the British accent, sometimes it might be American, so you have to be careful about how it's pronounced. In American English, when it is pronounced, it's pronounced more like aunt, as in the ant that we see if we keep some sweets or something in a box. You see the ant, the same pronunciation, ant. In British English, it's aunt, so it's a different pronunciation. So I hope you already know that. Okay, so I just mentioned it when I saw the word. Okay, so now let's look at the next question, that is pregnancy and symptoms. The heading is pregnancy symptoms. Morning sickness, pain in her dash but no vomiting, pain in her leg, stomach, neck or back or anything. Let's see. The doctor is asking, okay, thanks for letting me know. I see from your notes that you're 24 weeks pregnant now. How has your pregnancy been up to now? So Hillary is saying, I've been lucky. I got the usual sickness early on. So that means morning sickness. Okay, they've mentioned it. Morning sickness, pain in her. Morning sickness. Okay, we got it. Well, stomach pain, but not actually being sick. So she's saying she has the usual sickness early on. That is the morning sickness. And pain in her stomach, not actually being sick. I think it's pretty common, and it's settled after the first trimester. Okay, so and no vomiting, so not actually being sick. Here someone has asked me stomach. Mega Charles is saying stomach. Yogeshwari yes is asking me if is abdominal pain is also correct. If you look at the question, if you're writing abdomen, you may get marks because it's the same word. Abdomen, stomach, it's all the same. So if you're writing abdomen a lot, your answer will be correct. But if you're writing abdominal pain, then your answer will be wrong. Why? Because you're repeating the words in the question. You look at the question, Yogeshwari. Morning sickness, pain in her. Pain is already given, so you just have to write the body part. Right? So you can write stomach or abdomen. That will be fine. But always try to write the word you hear in the audio. Okay, always the answers are direct. This is what I'm saying. The answers are very direct. You have done your part B and part C, and you've seen answers being so indirect. But here it's like the answers are very direct. You just have to write that word here. So try to always look for that word in the audio and write it. Okay, so abdominal pain will be a wrong answer. Stomach. Abhirajan is saying stomach. Very good. That is the correct answer. Now, question number 18. 18 is saying dash controlled with medication. Okay, so controlled with medication. Let's see. I've been taking some medication because I also had pretty horrible heartburn. So dash controlled with the medication. So I've been taking some medication because I had what? Heartburn. Heartburn is the answer. Very good. That is right answer. Okay. Heartburn is the right answer. You can write it as one word also. Okay. Heartburn controlled with medication. Okay. Then that was heartburn. Yes. Very good. Mega Charles, Jabina Samith, Anisha Rairoth. Yes, you're all saying heartburn. Very good. That is the right answer. Recently, 19th question, recently suffering from backache described as dash pain. So they're using a word to describe the back pain. Okay, so we'll look at that. And also I've started to get a bit of a back pain in the last week or so. That is, last week or so means recently, synonym. I'd say, see, when you listen to the audio, this is why we're examining it with the audio script. Not just the answer parts that we're trying to focus on, we're also focusing on other parts. What if that part would come as an answer in another material? We never know. Okay, so we will, if we don't know it, we'll put some effort. We'll be very careful about every word they've used. The last week or so, that is for recently. For recently and not, they can use these words. I'd say it's like a throbbing feeling, but other than that, I've been pretty fortunate, I suppose. It's a throbbing feeling. So describing the pain as throbbing feeling. So I got a back pain in the last week or so. It's like a throbbing feeling. But other than that, I've been pretty fortunate, I suppose. So throbbing is the answer. Very good, Mega Charles. Throbbing. Recently suffered from backache, described as throbbing pain. Very good, very good. I'm so happy to see your answers. All of you can comment. Maybe you're writing the same answer, but I'm happy to see that you're writing it and you have this feeling that you got it right? That's a beautiful feeling. Okay, then question number 20. Has been feeling increasingly. Has been feeling increasingly. Okay, 20. I have been gradually getting more and more tired since the start of my pregnancy. Tired. Mega Charles is saying tired. Very good. Increasingly tired. More and more. Increasingly. Synonyms. Okay? Okay. Those are the words. Has been feeling increasingly. Increasingly. Feeling increasingly. That is the key word. So we look for it, have been more and more tired since the start of my pregnancy. So Megha Charles is saying tired, Jabina Smith is saying tired, Yogeshwari S is saying tired, Anisha Rai Roth is saying tired. Very good. That is the right answer. So problems sleeping, so they'll be talking about that as well. Then concerned about diet, taking a dash. Okay, concerned about diet, taking a dash. Concerned about diet, your keyword. Taking, that is also your keyword. Okay, we'll look for that. I've just put it down to the extra energy my baby needs, but it could also be because I haven't been sleeping very well. So problem sleeping, we don't have any answers related to that. Also, sometimes the nausea stops me from making something healthy for dinner, which is annoying because I know we need to eat healthily. Yes, so she's concerned about diet, which is annoying because I need to eat healthily. Concerned about diet. Okay, I take a prenatal though to make sure I'm getting the right nutrition. So I take prenatal to ensure that I get the right nutrition. Prenatal. So Megha Charles, prenatal load. Okay, you can write prenatal, that is the right answer. Abhirajan, that's right. Megha, it's not a hyphenated word, and when a word is not hyphenated, and if you put a hyphen for it, you will lose your marks. So don't put a hyphen if you're not sure about it. All right, so if you're not very sure, just don't go for it. So it is a non-hyphenated word, so you have to write without a hyphen. I take prenatal though to make sure I'm getting the right nutrition. Okay, now next question. 21 is over. Now we're moving on to occupation. Secondary school teacher. Okay, that's her occupation. Feeling dash increased workload. Feeling is the keyword. Increased workload also. Okay, we'll look at it. Well, it seems like you're managing to deal with most of your symptoms well. So Hillary is saying, yeah, this is my first pregnancy, and to be honest, I didn't have a clue about what to expect, but so far, so good. It's only this glucose thing that's got me worried. I imagine it's just a one-off, but I guess it's best to get it seen too. So doctor is saying, certainly, and I'm pleased you're here so we can get things sorted. So we'll need to book another appointment to carry out some tests. So Hillary is saying, okay, when will I have to take this? Because I'm a bit busy at work at the minute. The doctor, well, ideally as soon as possible. Can I ask, what do you do for a living? Hillary is saying, I'm a school. See, all these parts we are listening and we're not hearing anything related to the question, right? So there is a chance this is to trick you. So we may not actually listen to it, but then suddenly the answer would come and we may not be able to find it. So even if it is not related to the answer, just keep listening. Be attentive. You never know where you're going to get the answer. Okay? Yes, they're talking about a clue about you doing well. So she's saying, I don't know about all of this, but I'm somehow doing it. And I wanted to come here except for this glucose thing. About this glucose thing, I wanted some more information. Okay, so then they're talking about the appointment. I'm a high school teacher, and it's just getting to the time of the year when kids are gearing up for their exams. So I can't afford to be taking too much time off during the day. I'm actually a little bit stressed at the moment as well. So feeling what? I'm actually a little bit stressed. Jabina Samid, Megha Charles, your answer is correct. Stressed is the right answer. Even if you write a little bit stressed, that is also correct. Stressed or a little bit stressed, both are correct. Okay? Yes. I hope that's clear. Okay. So a little bit stressed at the moment as well. I've had to do a lot more work. Yes, increased workload for the past few weeks. I think it's just that time of the year. I've been a teacher for 4 years now, so I'm starting to develop ways to coping with the madness. With that in mind, if our appointment could be at 5ish or later, then that would be perfect. Okay, we'll look at the next question. Next appointment. Heading is next appointment. We'll take an dash glucose test. She's familiar with the procedure. A friend has had the test. Okay, so in the next appointment, what they're going to do. We'll also look at question number 24. Has been given a dash to consult ahead of a blood test. Yes. So what is the key word for the 23rd question? We'll take an glucose test, dash glucose test, familiar. These are the keywords that you can keep. And the next one has been given a dash, given, consult ahead of a blood test. Okay. Doctor, no problem. Just make sure to let the receptionist know your preferences. When we find sugar in preliminary tests, we offer an oral glucose tolerance test. Oral. Okay, so we'll take and what? Dash test, glucose test, oral glucose tolerance test. Okay, that is right answer. Mega Charles, Jabina Samith, these are all right answers. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, now, which is what we'll do when you come in next. Do you know what that involves? Hillary is like, well, I asked a few of my friends about their pregnancies, and my friend Beth said that she had the same thing and told me about the test. She said that she had to come into the hospital and drink a sugary drink and then have a blood test to tell if she had diabetes. Is that right? Doctor, yeah, that's pretty much it. Here's the leaflet that explains the test, so you can have a read about it when you get home. Do you have any other questions? So what is given to her? Leaflet. So they're not using the word given, but they're just giving it, doing the action. So leaflet is the answer for 24th question. Okay, 23rd, oral, that is correct. Your answers are correct. 24th, nobody comment. It's leaflet. Okay, so Hillary is saying, no, I don't think so. I'll go away and read this and wait and see what the test says. Well, thank you for your help today. Doctor, you're welcome. I'll see you once we have the results and we can take it from here. All right. Okay, so this was the Part A Extract 2. I hope it was easy for you. And I'm sure it was easy for all of you. So let me know in the comments how much you could score. I'm waiting for your answers. So I'm showing the answers as well. I'm showing the question paper with the answers. Mega Charles, 12 out of 12. Very good. Good job. I'm so proud of you. So I'm so happy for you. Yes, really good. Really good. Yes. Anyone else? Anisha Rai wrote, oh, you lost it for stressed. That answer became wrong. Feeling a little bit stressed. Okay. Jabina Samith 11, Abhirajan 12. Yeah, see, I told you. It's actually possible to get 12 on 12. So I hope you would get a question paper like this for your exam, and you will be able to score really well for your exam. And I know you guys are all working really hard, and your hard work will definitely pay for you. All right, that will be paid. Your hard work will be paid. Okay. So, because I can see all of you sitting here spending your time, like we started at 8 and you've been here with me right from the beginning, watching this, trying to learn things and everything. So I totally appreciate your effort, and I'm so happy to see hardworking people working towards their dreams, and keep working, and I'm sure you will reach there. Okay, so happy to see you all. Yes, we're all saying thank you. Thank you guys. Mega Charles, Abhirajan, Jabina Samith, and all of you who were here throughout the live. I'm so grateful for your cooperation, and I totally appreciate, and I'm so proud to be working with people who are putting in a lot of effort for their dreams, and it's a beautiful sight to see people working towards their dreams and actually spending time and investing time in it. Okay, so whatever you invest, you will get the return. Okay, so wishing all the very best to all of you for your exams. We will meet in the next live, which will be on Wednesday at 8 p.m. so make sure you join it, and I'll be here with another material. We'll be doing part B, obviously. So till then, bye bye, take care, and good night.